Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Entertainment Business with James Salas. Last week, the very first episode, I said music business with James Salas. No, that's not what it is. It's entertainment business with James Salas because it's actually beyond music. It's music, trends, and you get to find out what I'm listening to at the moment. Welcome. Don't move a bone. I'll be right back. Welcome. The first matter we are going to be discussing today, I had to say matter because matter has been trending on Twitter like crazy. There are a lot of memes, stories, as in go to Twitter. If you just go and Google and not just search matter, search matter, and you see what people have been saying about matter. Like I see the judge a lot of cases right now. In fact, where I sit down so safe now, I come judge Jude Okoye versus Cynthia Morgan. Seriously speaking, Cynthia Morgan was on Instagram Live with Miss Vanilla 7 earlier in the week, actually last week, if I'm not mistaken. And she talked about what she's been going through, the law case, sickness, depression, the music. She really opened up about a lot of things. The story is all out there on the internet. You can check them out. Jude Okoye came out to refute pretty much 100% of everything that Cynthia Morgan has said about him. I feel like for every news there are two sides to it. For every story there are two sides to a coin. So it was only proper that Jude Okoye was going to come out to actually explain his own side of the story, just in case. But for me personally, I don't want to really delve into that issue right now, as you're watching this right now, because a lot of things actually gone down, a lot of things has transpired, including Cynthia Morgan coming out with a letter. Should I say a letter of apology or letter to actually just sort of calm everybody down to say, okay, I admit if I've said anything wrong, I'm sorry. I respect Jude. I'm sorry to Joy, and the letter is actually out there. You can find it and read it. But what I really want to touch when it comes to that particular issue is the aspect of contracts. I just heard what kind of best sound outside my window. They say, "Who should fly past my window?" Okay, what I really want to put my searchlight, my torchlight on when it comes to this particular issue is the importance of an entertainment lawyer when it comes to signing contracts. So, of course, for every upcoming artist, for every new artist who's never had any experience in the entertainment business, when you finally get that opportunity to be signed to a record label, there's always that part where you're just so excited that you just want to get a deal and start recording and start making money, so to speak. But it's actually deeper than that. So the long and short of the matter is that even if you are the most poorest artist in the whole world, I feel like what you can still do is get a lawyer. Sign a deal with a lawyer where you can say, okay, when I start making money, you get paid, even if it is 200% of whatever you would have charged me. It will still make more sense than when you now go to a battleground with no weapon or with no defense. It's not gonna make sense. The hindsight of this whole thing is that Cynthia Morgan signed a 360 deal, which actually covered everything that she was going to be doing with the record label. And guess what? Every businessman to their own methods. That was the deal that Jude Okoye presented. The same contract that was presented could have been rejected. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you had a lawyer who would have gone through that contract with you and the record label, they would have been able to point out the areas that were unacceptable. Because no matter how you look at it, so long as you've actually signed that contract, that's it. That is it. It becomes a done deal already. Because whether you like it or not, your signature, you're the one that signed it. You're not influenced to sign it. You wanted it, and you got it. All right. So, if at the end of the day everything now goes south or goes wrong, so to speak, nobody has to be blamed. It's just shit happens. So I feel the pain. It can be painful that you had to go through all of that drama, all of that whole stress, plus this lawsuit, plus everything. However, if you still look at it and you still sign your contract, but then again, if you now bring it back, just maybe as at that time, how many years ago are we talking about here? Not necessarily everybody knew better, because everybody was, the industry had started making money. A group like them, P Square, were already blown. They were huge. And then if you are going to be affiliated to a group like P Square, do you know how that really? I mean, then at that time, it was actually a big deal. But what man go do? No, be now I can declare say okay, people want to look at contract. And then how many entertainment lawyers did we have at that time? But apart from that, even if you look at now today that we are in, how many entertainment lawyers do we have? Or maybe some are just, or most of them are not as popular as the few ones that me I personally know. Do you understand? However, it is very important that you have an entertainment lawyer with you or look at your contract before you sign it. I mean, I've had an experience with a label where I was working with, and I'm not going to mention the name of the artist, but the guy came on board, but he came with his lawyer, a very smart lawyer at that. And then the guy, look, the way they dissected the contract that the artist was giving him, even me, I said, sure, it's not that serious now. But actually, it's that serious. Even when the guy was going to leave the label, maybe after 2 or 3 years, he left on a clean sheet, according to what the contract had said. And that's it. So I felt sorry for Cynthia Morgan. I understood Jude's part of the deal as well. I want to believe that they've resolved, maybe not resolved in that sense, but there's just calm for now. I really want Cynthia Morgan to come back to the scene and do what she knows how to do best. Jude Okoye is good as well. I just feel like everybody should stretch an arm of unity, and let's just move on from that particular matter. It's very important that you have yourself an entertainment lawyer that will look at the contract before you sign it. If not, it will come back to bite you in the ass, period. So the next story on my list is George Floyd, who was killed in Minnesota by a policeman. In fact, not just one. As far as I'm concerned, there were 4 policemen that killed that young man. John Boyega, the British Nigerian actor, had on his Insta Live analyzed the incident, and one of the strong statements that he made actually went viral on Twitter reads, "I really fucking hate racists." I mean, that's a very strong statement, but it's what it is. That's how he felt as at when, and probably how everybody feels. Maybe not everybody. How a lot of us black people feel at the moment. I mean, if you watch the news, you see what's going on. It's just everywhere. It's all up in your faces. Nobody's nobody's having this one. Nobody's happy about the incident. It was something that didn't have to end the way it ended. I mean, the policeman was right on his neck. How do you put your knee? Do you know how much weight you can put on somebody's neck like this? Just what I'm saying. And then you put that pressure on that person. How do you want the person to breathe at the end of the day? And then it was not just one person. It was, as far as I'm concerned, it was 4 policemen that killed that guy some days ago. And it's so unfair. I mean, latest on the news is that he's been charged for 3rd-degree murder and manslaughter. I don't know which one, 3rd-degree murder again or manslaughter. But even at that, the other guys that were part of the whole thing have not been charged, which is one of the things that people also are stating. Human rights activists, the guys on the street that are protesting in America right now, and so on. That's what they want. They want justice. But the question is, justice, they send these guys to jail right now, is that enough? No, because these things keep happening. I saw another video of a woman who was telling the guy that I'm going to call the cops on you, and actually she called. And why? Because the guy said, put your dog on a leash, treat your dog better. Come on, man. Before that one, another one in Georgia, a father and son killed the guy that was jogging in Georgia on his own. They killed him that he looked like somebody that came to burgle a house or their house, some days. And all these stories, it's not the first time. I mean, it's not the first time. But like I said, it might not be directly connected to us. But what did Martin Luther King say? He said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And that's what it is. Once you keep silent or you keep quiet about a situation like this, all well and good. The truth is, it might not come to you in that same fashion. It might come in a different way. It might not be karma coming at you. But we're just saying that let's put our voices together to stop the madness that's going on around the world. We are still dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic at the moment. So it doesn't make any sense. The girl that was shot at Yanaworo 2 days ago, I mean, she was trending that she was shot at Yanaworo. And then the police took off. Why? A 16-year-old. It will be interesting. We would like to know what happened. And then if you have any further information about that gist, please let us know in the comment section. Moving on, DJ Cuppy to host a new radio show on Apple Music called Africa Now. Yes, she made this announcement via her Instagram page, and it was also seen on Apple Music app. Her first guest will be Kidominant. Kidominant, if you know the name, should ring a bell. Kidominant. Yes, he's done a couple of productions for the video, and apart from that one, if you remember the song, Fela in Versace, hey, Mandela in the Rari, hey, that's Kidominant. And then if you've been following his Instagram live, you know that Kidominant has been up to a lot. Yes, up to a lot. It will be interesting to find out what he's been up to actually, and see how DJ Cuppy is going to be hosting this show. Is this something that we will be glued to? Is this something that we want to always listen to? I mean, we know how it is. For a lot of times, fans, no matter how hard you can see that Cuppy has put in work into something, you see that a lot of fans will just come and look for the funny side of it or from the goofy side of it to sort of make fun of her. But it will be nice to actually see how this one is going to play out. I'm actually excited. I'm looking forward to it. It should be hosting or starting this Sunday. So fingers crossed. It will be nice to see, and hey, we'll come back and talk about it. So the next on the news is Mercy Eke, aka Lambo. All the mercenaries gather here. Time has come. Big Brother Nigeria fans are the craziest. That's where I'm just going to leave it. The Big Brother reunion show will be kicking off from June 1st through to Thursday, June 4th. And I'm looking forward to it. Already, the trailer is showing that there will be fire. If you remember what the last time where Tasha was complaining about something that went down during the reunion recording, in fact, you can sense already there will be a lot of drama on that show. It will be interesting. This one that they are putting it for 4 days. You can imagine. The other ones they wanted the 2 day 3, if I'm not mistaken. But this one's actually going to run for 4 days. And of course, they will have repeat episodes as well. It will be interesting. I really love. I want to see how that's going to play out, because I already saw somebody telling Tasha that you were disqualified. I said, well, this thing will be tough. This film that we're looking at will go beyond part 4. Let's wait till June 1st. So Forbes have come to put, will I call it a journal or a statement? I don't even know, that Kylie Jenner is not a billionaire. That the makeup mogul spun a web of lies about company figures and forged tax returns. What's that supposed to mean? Because how in any way does this even affect us right now? That she's no longer a billionaire. This is something I reported in 2019. Then they're coming there into 2020, where we're trying to focus on other things and try to survive the pandemic. Tell us that Kylie Jenner is not a billionaire. What's our business? At the end of the day, man, what? They are trying to say now that she's just worth 900 million. If she's worth that small money, be that, are you people crazy? And somebody that has 1 billion in 2019, and then now you're in 2020, you think the 1 billion will just stay there and then she'll not touch, she'll not do any other thing? What are you people talking about? And then I don't know about the whole forging tax returns of whatever. If there's an offense, there's a crime to that, then the law should take its course. Because when you people were putting her on the cover of your magazines and selling out and whatnot, people did not complain. And by the way, those people have not forgotten the case of Kanye West, who people said was worth 1.3 billion, and then he came out and say, oh no, I'm not worth 1.3 billion, I am worth 3.3 billion. That aside, what the case really is that you people did a very bad job. If you had done a proper analysis, and if you had confirmed or verified tax returns and all the information that you give out when you declare that a billionaire, you probably won't come back now to come and give us a journal and be doing other stories to say, oh, she's not a billionaire and whatnot. At the end of the day, you are still saying that her worth is still 900 million. I beg, how many remain to reach 1 billion? So what are you on about? If you are saying that, oh, she lied and she did, that's not her fault. Because before you would have reported that story, you should have done all necessary balances and checked. You should have checked her tax returns. You should have done all in fact, if she would have given you access to her account, she would have given you access to her backend. All the information that were necessary should have been taken before you do your report. Is that, how dare you? You, that whoever wrote that story, how much do you have, please? You think it's easy for one 22-year-old self to even be worth $2 million? How much do we have? Oh, a lot of people that had money last year, self, even to the earlier part of this year, this pandemic has punctured a lot of holes. You know what I'm saying? So if you're worth 1 billion as at the beginning of this year, there's a possibility that right now you might not be worth 1 billion. depending on the kind of business I'm even doing yourself. So you can't put the blame on anybody. It's nobody's fault. Everything's messed up. So we have to accept our fate like that. Wait, are people forgetting that she bought a $36.5 million house just in April here? Eh? You say they are coming here to drag billion. She's not. Excuse me, please. Leave her where she is. She don't try. She's good. As far as I'm concerned, she's good. So coming out to give us one story about her not being a billionaire really is irrelevant. In fact, that's not my own cup of. I don't know why I put this story said, because when I saw that story, I just saw that. So what's the problem? So long as it's still the same you people that did that whole report in the first place that are coming back to tell us that no, it's not so. Still hang on. Maybe in the next how many months or maybe next year, you still come back again and put her in the cover of your page again. But now she had attained that 1 billion that we were talking about before. Kidding at all. I beg. What am I listening to at the moment? Hang on. That was Ada by Ida Hams. Ida Hams is signed to Grafton Records and Universal Music. New music, you need to check it out. It's on all digital platforms. I hear he's coming out with a new EP on the 12th of June. Fingers crossed. It was something I really love to hear. Ida Hams is a very good artist, a talented artist, and I think you should look out for him. Trust me. So that was Mabel by Dremo featuring Davido. Jam for days. It's on all digital platforms. It's on YouTube. I mean, it's everywhere. Check it out. It's also on my playlist. Love it. Love the jam. It has a vibe. Baby. So we've come to the end of this exciting show. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I always ask. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. Please like. Please comment. Please share. If you don't like it, please let me know. I'll be happy to take corrections. Whatever you think that needs to be changed or added to this show, I'll be very happy to take your suggestions. I need your support. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye. Next story I'm talking. Someone that has 900 million naira slap me.